So, as this New York Jets season goes slowly down the drain, speculation as to who will be our next head coach ramps up. What kind of regime do we need? Should we get Mike Vrabel? Says the Pat McAfee show. Sure, send him $20 million. I'm sure he might consider it. But realistically, who could we actually get to come in and handle this freaking shit show? Well, let's think about it in terms of a poll. Yeah, I did a poll. So let's talk about that next.
Hey mate, are you enjoying this video? Then go ahead and click the subscribe and like buttons for Frankie. If you think about it, a few years ago, due to an incident involving a black bear, 7 tennis balls and an Allen wrench, Frankie decided to shut down his channel with thousands and thousands of subscribers. Now he's trying to build it back up. Do the man a solid, hit subscribe. Thanks mate.
All right, so here we are on the uh, Frankie from Flatbush channel community tab. And I think more and more people should check out the community tab. It's pretty cool. But in any case, we got a poll here. So what I did was I put people in the mind of as if they were on the hiring committee for the Jets. And so it says here, for the 2025 head coaching cycle, make this bigger. Okay. The New York Jets have narrowed down their search to 2 candidates, and they have the following resumes. Okay. You got Coach A over here, 18 years head coaching experience. He's got 8 division titles, 12 playoff appearances, 1 Super Bowl appearance with a win, and his regular season 1 loss, 170 wins and 108 losses, a 611 winning percentage, and he last was a head coach in 2024. And then you got Coach B over here, 8 years of head coaching experience, no division titles, 2 playoff appearances, no Super Bowl appearances, and in the regular season 1 loss, he's 61 and 66, 48%. And the last time he was a head coach was 2016. So if you were on the hiring committee and both of these candidates graded out exactly the same in the interview process, based on these resumes, which one would you recommend hiring? And people said, obviously, Coach A, 83%. He's obviously the best coach out of these 2. Now, the interesting thing is, if you told people who these 2 coaches were, Coach B would win Jet fans' affection. They would say, we want Coach B, not Coach A. We hate Coach A. But if you take the name out of it, Coach A wins 83% of the vote. And I think even 17% of the Coach B votes were because people figured out who these 2 people were. I also removed the comments that were giving away who the people were. Coach A is none other than Mike McCarthy. 83% of the votes for Mike McCarthy. Coach B is old, sexy Rexy. So if you ask Jet fans, do you want Rex Ryan or Mike McCarthy? Probably 95% would say, give me Rex Ryan. But if you take the names out of it, 83% want McCarthy and 17%, and a lot of that vote being people who knew this was Ryan and not an anonymous coach, say Rex Ryan, give me sexy Rexy. So there's a lot more that goes into it, but the point of this poll was just to show people that Mike McCarthy might be a little bit better of a head coach than you think, okay? And Rex Ryan almost certainly is a much worse head coach than you think. Now, does that mean Mike McCarthy wants to come here? Because he's probably getting fired by the Cowboys. And he has a relationship with Aaron Rodgers, obviously, from Green Bay. And Rodgers came out this week and said, yeah, I love Mike McCarthy. I got no problems with Mike McCarthy. So he might be available. He has a relationship with Rodgers. It seems like Rodgers is coming back. So he seems like a viable candidate. Now, does he want to come here? I don't know. I think it kind of would be a good situation for him to come to in terms of, well, let me just a few more years and then head off into the sunset. He's got, put a couple more years onto the into the pension fund and all of that, and maybe he'd be open to it. Now, Rex Ryan, on the other hand, has openly said, yeah, he wants to be the head coach of the New York Jets. So that's a plus in his favor. He wants to be here, so that's good. And you would get a lot of comedy and a lot of, great quotes and things that he says. So it would be entertaining. And I certainly would be open to Rex Ryan coming because he's capable. I mean, look, his track record isn't good. And he hasn't coached in the league for 8 years. He hasn't. Not only has he not been a head coach, he hasn't been any kind of coach in 8 years. He's been a television commentator. So there's a lot going against Rex. He has no track record of success. One of the only reasons that people like Rex Ryan is that the 2 years he did make the playoffs and make it all the way to the AFC Championship game were the first 2 years. So it's a first impression bias that people have with Rex. And that first year also came with Hard Knocks, where he was very quotable and people kind of fell in love with Rexy. And then we had success first 2 years, and that's all people remember. They don't remember his entire resume, such as this. But if we went and hired Rex Ryan, would I be mad? No, because we can't expect to hire Mike Vrabel. Oh, Pat McAfee was saying, this is how you fix the Jets. You just go hire Mike Vrabel. Okay, fair enough. But does Mike Vrabel want to come here? First of all, you're going to have to pay him $20 million. And second of all, because the top coach in the league right now is Sean Payton at $18 million, believe it or not. Used to be Billy Belichick at 15. But right now, the highest paid head coach is Sean Payton at $18 million. So Vrabel's going to go, well, you got to pay me more than that because I got a lot to do here. I got to turn this whole damn thing around, $20 million. And I want my own general manager, which shouldn't be a problem for us. I mean, if he wants John Robinson to come as old general manager at the Titans, I got no problem with that. They ran a good operation for a long while until injuries really got the best of them. So I don't mind John Robinson coming here if that's who Vrabel wants. But you got to give him the general manager he wants. You got to give him $20 million. And I don't know if Woody wants to pay $20 million. And then beyond that, you got to pay his staff very highly. He's going to say, I want top-notch coaches. I want a top-notch OC, DC, offensive line coach, and we got to pay them top-of-the-market dollars. We probably got to go over top of the market just to get him here. And who knows if Woody wants to pay that? I don't think he does. I think Woody is a guy who just likes to pay sort of middle-of-the-road prices. And for head coaches, we've had a lot of first-time head coaches, and those guys make the bottom of the tier because they're first-timers. So let's give them $5 million. That's sort of the bottom. Let's give them, it sounds like a lot, but that's the market. There's only 32 of these jobs, and so, but anyway, so first timers get $5 million, and that's the bottom of the market. So you're looking at a range, 5 million to 20 million, just about. And so it seems like Woody has gone the route of let's get a first time head coach and maybe he can do it. And we pay him bottom dollar and look at the results we've had. So now you want an experienced guy. I mean, the only experienced guy we've hired in the last 20 plus years has been Adam Gase. And that was a gigantic mistake. And he had a substance abuse problem. So that was the only one. Everybody else has been a first timer. Think about it. Bert Saleh, Jeff Holbrook, Todd Bowles, Rex Ryan was a first time head coach, Eric Mangini, Herm Edwards, going all the way back. Then you got to go to Parcells before we find another experienced one. So, and that was Leon Hesshire, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So it's been all first timers except for Gase, which was a colossal mistake. And so now we're going to get Vrabel for 20 million, 18 million. What is he going to ask? Minimum 15 he wants for sure. He's not going to take 5. He's going to be highly, highly sought after. And there's no cap on coaches. See, if I were Woody Johnson, I would pay top dollar for coaching personally, because I got a crappy ass franchise nobody wants to come to. I would say I got to pay top dollar to get these coaches in here. And I would want them in here, especially offensive line coach. I would pay top dollar to get the best offensive line coach I possibly could, for example, and the head coach. But that's just me, because I would say, well, there's no cap on coaches' salaries. I'm going to pay the top and get the best because I want to win. That's a commitment to win. That's not just saying you want to win, Woody. That's actually doing something to win, where you say there's no cap on coaches. Wait a minute. We can pay top dollar. We can also have as many as we want. Yeah, you could have as many coaches as you want. You could have 45 coaches if you want. And I would say to the head coach, Carte blanche. I'm giving you 20 or 15 million, whatever it may be. Top of the line, top of the market. Okay, maybe he's the second highest to Sean Payton because Payton's got a ring, blah, blah, blah. All right, we'll pay you 15 and you get carte blanche. However many coaches you want, whatever we want to pay him, whoever you want to get him in here. Have 62 assistant coaches per position group. I don't care. We need to win. That's what I would do, but that's not what Woody's going to do. So we might end up, after all, with Rex Ryan. He wants the job. He's not going to get top of the market, obviously. Rex Ryan probably come in here, get 6-7 million, a little bit more than the minimum. And Woody might say, fine, we like Rex. He has a good personality. He's going to drive ticket sales with his, clownish nonsense that he does. Remember, he showed up to a press conference dressed as his brother one time. I mean, he's a clown, Rex. He's a funny clown, but he's a clown. He living in clown town. But he'll fire people up. He'll talk a good game, and then if his track record is any indication, it'll just be more disappointment in the future. So let me know what you think. Coach A versus Coach B. Mike McCarthy beats Rex Ryan, but name recognition, it would be Ryan over McCarthy. So there you go. So see you next time, and as always, stay frosty.
Hi guys, it's Leslie. Frankie asked me to see if you would go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay? Wait, but why not? Frankie's gonna be mad with me if you don't subscribe. Please? Pretty please? Pretty please? Thank you, sweeties.